Hello and welcome to the SAS1 News. Cybercriminals pose an increasing threat on our systems. Here's our business correspondent Matthew Barrow with some more information. Good evening, Matthew.
Good evening.
Viruses are being mentioned quite heavily in the media lately. Is this new to the industry or have they always been around? Exactly what has changed?
Yes, it's a constantly evolving industry. Really, the biggest reason behind it is money is now involved and involved in a massive way. Couple that with the low chance of these people being caught, you have a very appealing black market industry. As an example, the gang responsible for CryptoLocker netted an estimated $27 million between September and October of last year.
Surely antivirus softwares cover all of this. I mean, are they enough for our systems?
Antivirus software is important, but it isn't going to protect you from the latest threats. Nowadays, out-of-date software is one of the biggest threats to a system's security.
Well, that does sound very serious, Matthew. Are you saying that the viruses can still get into our PCs even with the antivirus software being up to date?
Yes, it's like they fly in under the radar. Let's say, for example, you have the old version of Flash Player installed on your computer. This old version of Flash Player has what's known as a vulnerability in it. And it's this vulnerability that attackers use to get a virus to run on your computer. You download said virus, and from there it runs on your computer without your antivirus spotting it. It's almost as if the antivirus says, nope, that's just Flash Player doing what it needs to do.
So would you say that antivirus softwares are still relevant?
Yes, I think there's been a lot of misrepresentation in terms of what antivirus is capable of doing. These days, security threats are multi-layered, and antivirus is just one layer in protection. Expecting it to cover you in all angles is unrealistic, really.
So Matthew, what would you say was the best course of action?
Okay. First off, really, I think it's ideal if you have antivirus software installed. Those of you that use free antivirus software, obviously it's better than none. However, be aware of the fact you get what you pay for in this world.
I know that one.
Maybe equally as important, possibly, arguably, maybe even more important nowadays, though, is to ensure that all of the software on your computer is up to date. So software is constantly evolving, and people who develop viruses are constantly developing new ways to get them onto your system.
And when you say we should keep our software up to date, could you elaborate on that?
I can't give you an exclusive list of exactly what you need to update, but the big five are ensuring that Windows is up to date, and it's important with updating Windows that you restart your computer. It's very common nowadays for people just to put their computers to sleep. I know I do myself at home, and particularly with laptops and so on, people just close the lid on them, it puts it to sleep, and it means that none of the important updates can install. Following on from that is Flash Player, which we covered in the last example. You possibly have two versions of Flash Player installed on your computer, and they'll be the version for Internet Explorer and the version for the other browsers, so things like Chrome and Firefox. It's important that you do keep both of them up to date. Next bit of software are things like PDF readers, so particularly Adobe Reader is a particularly known guilty culprit, but just ensure, regardless of which one you use, that you've got that up to date. Fourth on the list is Java, again responsible for a lot of the moving content on the web, and again it's another thing that you probably have two versions installed, a 32-bit and a 64-bit. Ensure that both are kept up to date. A lot of 32-bit stuff is slowly starting to die out now, but it is still relevant. And then finally is to ensure that your browser is up to date. A lot of them do update automatically these days. You need to be assured that you absolutely do. Examples of browsers are programs like Chrome, Firefox and Internet Explorer, to name the popular ones.
Thank you, Mr. Barrow. That was very informative.
Thank you very much.
And lastly, if you would like the peace of mind that everything that's been discussed in this video is taken care of on your systems, then it's quite obvious there's only one choice for you to make. Take care. Oh, phone us, by the way. Thanks. is our business correspondent, Matthew Barrow. Hello, no, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hello, Matthew.
Hello.
What's the chat?
The gang responsible for CryptoLocker. Yeah.
So tell me, what's the biggest issue? And then what was? That's not the question, was it?
No. That you keep that up to date. And finally, the last one.
I thought you might.
I'm doing quite well.
Yeah.